I started to call you, but I called him first because I knew he was there. I seen that you was still there. I said, "Hey, well, you stay there."
When all else fails, if I'm home, you know the L stop is closer to me than anything.
I know I'm still learning, but he wound up leaving. That's why Tuesday. You going over? I said, "Yeah, I'm going. I gotta go over there." That's why I'm here. Really.
You ready? You ready?
Of course.
Situated? Everything good?
Yeah.
Got my lighter.
I'm sippin', 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 I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet, man. I got my guy in here, man. Be More's own. Black Stan. What's happening, bro?
What's good? How everybody doing? It's Black Stan.
Uh-huh.
Blog writer for Culture District HQ. Sammie Morning Show team member. Fly Team Consortium and all the other good shit. But right now, I'm sitting here with my guy, Sam Malone, a.k.a. SippinwitSammie.
Nigga, you not hosting today. You the guest. Don't you try to run my show.
I was just going.
I was just doing my rundown. Started. I see you trying to start, man.
I was doing my rundown, man. I learned from you.
Nah, you do a great job, man. Shout out to Stan. Stan is someone that I met via the County Kravitz CME experience. Not too long ago, a couple years back. At this point, I guess, right? Couple years, year and a half.
Last year,
so about a year and a half, probably. All right. So yeah, and
feels like forever.
And because we was following each other too for a while too, and then I bumped into you in person at the joint at the garage, right?
Yeah. In Baltimore, yeah.
That's what it is. All right, cool. And ever since Stan went from, I think he was managing
A&R, yeah.
A&R, and then you was supporting what we had going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you dove into media and all other aspects. You done quite a bit in less than a year. Now that you put it in perspective.
Head first. I mean, but it all ties in with each other. I mean, like as far as like the indie music, I mean, A&R dealing with the artists and their independent endeavors, and then just sliding over to the promoting and stuff like that. And I say, well, you know what? You know, media's right there. And I've always had like a little thing for media and interviews and stuff like that. I've always watched them and intrigued by them. I said, well, let me get into media and stuff like that. And shout outs to my man Wild Tuna. Because Wild Tuna is actually the one who, he said, hey, how about you blog right for my thing I got going over here, Culture District HQ. I said, and I was like, it's an honor. So that's, I mean, I really didn't start blog right until he got me to do that. So I was like, all right, well, shoot, that was like the foot in the door. So once I did that, it was just like, I just jumped into it. So blogging for him and Sammie Morning Show, doing behind the scenes work for them, and whoever else, you know, independent write-ups and stuff like that. It's a joy now. And
you also have the question segment.
Oh yeah, now that is funny because I was when Black Stan first started. This is a little history lesson. When Black Stan first started, they was like, well, you know, nobody's gonna really know who you are. You gotta get out there. Because I'm looking at my followers. I mean, not really worried about the followers, but you know, when I first started, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pretty down there. Like, so I'm like, oh, what do I do? I was like, well, maybe you gotta go live more. I was like, oh, go live. I was always nervous about going live. I'm like, I ain't going no live. I was like, yeah, you gotta start going live more. So going live, you know, and networking and stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, you might be on live with just one person. So, I mean, I'm like, well, shoot. Somebody said, well, maybe you asked a lot of questions. I think that was you. Actually, they said I asked a lot of questions. You always say ask a lot of questions. So I said, well, maybe I should come up with an idea. And actually, it started out as 6 questions with Stan. You know, the 6-pack of questions. Shout out to the 6-pack.
You know, all my shit. Go ahead.
But it was like after that, it was just like I was starting to ask people more than 6 questions. I'm like, damn, I gotta stop right now because I've already asked them 6. If I ask them one more, it'll be 7.
Yo, you see how the restrictions on the conversation get sometimes when you build boundaries ahead of the conversation, bro?
Yeah, the title.
You get into a groove and you like, anything else we say not gonna make it on the episode because it's only 6.
And I was fucked up because I mean I don't have a production team to tell me to cut. Like,
right.
Because one time it happened, and it was like, yeah, you asked me. I was like, oh yeah, well, it was a double question, and I had to improvise. I'm like, damn, I did ask like more than.
No, and that's the thing. That's the thing. And it's a way to keep it concise, but you want more out of. You don't want to limit yourself, so you open it up more. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and sometimes those questions do branch off, and it might seem like a whole separate question, but it should be a separate question. But due to the context and the title of my series, I'm like, well, shit, I gotta stop here. So now on my second go round, I renamed it and redubbed it. Several questions were staying.
Exactly.
Well, and shout out to my man Killer Kel, who actually gave me the idea for the name.
Oh, all right, yeah, shout out to
Kel. He said, why don't you just say...
Kel be on this one.
Yeah, he said, why don't you just say several questions?
Mm-hmm.
I said, so, all right, well, yeah, I mean, Renegades, shout out to the Renegades.
Yeah, they did their thing last night, by the way.
Yeah, so it was just like, all right, well, several questions. That just...
Smooth. And it flows. Several questions will stand.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. It doesn't put a it's not a stereotypical name. Like you can't even tell what kind of background you have when you hear several questions will stand. You could be a Chinese guy, old white man. You could be anything when you hear several questions will stand. So it's kind of intriguing. It's like a good name.
And I stuck with it. And shout outs to you for being the first guest on that.
Oh yeah,
season.
me. You know what I'm saying? Inaugural type. Oh my bad.
Yeah. On the season 2, the first guest I had,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't want to answer him all my fucking questions, but you answered them anyway. So shout out to you for doing that.
Come on, man. We in this bitch together, and like I said at the beginning, or at the top, I should say, you've been supporting ever since I met you. Whether that was me personally or people around me, and I appreciate that shit because you do it selflessly. At the time, I don't know if you necessarily had an agenda, but the things that you were doing didn't seem like you're doing this to gain this from it, unless it was just relationship based type of thing. You know what I mean?
No, it was the media bug. Like it was just like I was entranced. It was like, so that's what I got out of it. Just like the knowledge and just watching you guys just now before the show started, watching y'all set up. It's just like production and all that. So like if people go to my YouTube page and they look at several questions with Stan and they look back at 6 questions with Stan, they'll see how I progressed to now I have intros. I can give you guys end credits, and then maybe next season I'll delve into something like that. Like just this year, episode 3 was actually shot at 1122 Studios up here in Philadelphia. My guy Streets had his album release, so it was kind of like a red couch one-on-one, live session, and it was live streaming on YouTube. So
Dope.
you guys got to go to members only YouTube channel to watch that exclusive episode of Several Questions with Stan. That's probably why you won't see it on my page, because that page that's an exclusive episode that was just members only.
Members only, yeah. We do those. We do those.
So yeah, it's gonna get bigger and better as I learn more and stuff like that. I'll be able to do more because, like I said, the media bug hit me, and blogging is gonna be there, and A&R is still gonna be there if somebody still need me to do something like that. I mean, it's like I said, everything is all in the same network, in the same bubble. So
well, you was just at a video shoot, a fucking week or 2 ago, and I think Bay was out there and everybody, right? In your city.
That was the guy actually had a video shoot after that. What that was actually food and clothing giveaway.
Dope. I
for
did
the
see that
neighborhood.
part.
It was
that part. And then it was the video shoot.
Right. Then it was the video shoot. So people came and donated clothes, toys, car seats, all that stuff.
So what was that and who did that?
The 1924 music group. Shout out to my man.
Salute to them for giving back.
Ivory Noble, preacher to teacher now. And his brother, my man Malcolm, over there, 1924 music group. Really tied into them. That's another media outlet that I'm really tied into as far as like doing their promos and interviews and stuff like that with them. So I actually did an episode with him too this season. So you can check it out. It's also on my YouTube channel.
No, that's dope.
Ivory the Noble. So yeah.
But how was it? It was a good turnout. Everything went smooth that day.
Oh yeah. I didn't
stay the whole joint.
I didn't attend the music video. The music video was actually
but I'm talking about the giveaway part.
Oh no, the giveaway was love. Food. People came, picked up clothes and stuff like that. Philanthropy work is like, my mom does that real heavy. So that's
Shout
something that's
mom.
already in me. So just to see everybody come out and
you get so much from that. It's an energy booster.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, for me, it boosts me. Like I love it. I love seeing people's faces and having the conversations and the engagements, like you get a lot. That form of philanthropy as far as drives and stuff.
Giveaways.
And one day I did and giveaways, yeah. And one day I did I did registration for the AIDS walk. I was at the registration table. And everybody that came to, sign in and all of that, they was in such a good, like, it boosted.
Anything that creates a positive buzz nowadays is necessary.
But I think people don't realize you can help yourself just by going to help somebody else. You feel better. Like, you get out your own rut.
Clean out your closet.
Yeah, man.
I got stuff that y'all ain't wearing and stuff y'all looking at. If there's, they got them. I know down in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really seen them here, but I know down in Baltimore we have those little
yellow boxes.
Yeah, you can dump the clothes and stuff like that. But that's one thing. But to have a giveaway and to actually see people come and pick up stuff that you probably didn't, because shout outs to Bit by Bay, she donated and then turned around and worked the table. So you get back what you put into the world.
Absolutely.
So that positive energy will definitely be reciprocated.
No, I think that's ill. I think that's dope. I'm glad I thought about the video shoot because I actually forgot that there was a giveaway part before. It's a lot going on.
Yeah. It's awesome, man. TSO Tato, yeah, that was his music video shoot. I wanted to make it, but other obligations, and see, that's what I said. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm learning now doing this media thing. You're gonna get pulled in a lot of directions. So sometimes you might can't make it to this. I made it here. I gotta go over here now.
Yeah.
So.
Shit. When you in town, you'll see me early in the day, see me later in the evening, and see me at late night. And in between, I've been to 2 different places that you wasn't at, and you've been to 2 different places that I wasn't at. That's 5 stops in one day.
That they call it circling. It's definitely circling the wagons.
Definitely,
you're circling the wagons.
And we always wind up bumping back into each other because it ain't but so much going. The city ain't but so big. Everybody that's involved is involved. You're gonna see the same people a lot of times. But like you literally see how it is for us when it's like I get off air and I got 3 events to go to on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Like
light night.
I could get off air and go to bed sometimes and be cool. Like I done had fun, drank, smoked. Like I'd be good. So just imagine 2 a.m. like last night. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know it was that late.
Yeah. By the time we was chilling, it was 1:50. By the time we was chilling, so yeah, we left probably around 1.
I tried.
No, man, we had a good time. Shout out to E-NESS. What we actually are referring to is E-NESS had the E-NESS and Friends situation last night and bought out them folks, man. If you watch the E-NESS episode that I just dropped probably a couple weeks ago at this point, he ran down a guest list or a special invited friends list. And while he was saying it, I said, how you gonna have space for the regular people if you got 100 stars coming? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have seat fillers at the awards? Because this is just gonna be a star-studded affair. And on the no bullshit, between who was there, the segment of time I was there, the pictures I seen after I left, the pictures I seen before I got there, everybody showed up for the boy, man. So salute the E-NESS, man. Salute the E-NESS, man. Absolutely a legend in Philly.
If they didn't make it the actual stop, they came through.
They came through, slid. But how did you feel about last night, man? What did you see in that room, man?
Oh man, like
energy wise,
it was a who's who. When I come in town, it's just like the people I've already networked with, plus new people. But okay, y'all, Hennessy Kev, like I'll hardly see the guy, but
yeah, cause Kev be on the move.
Kev be on the move, but he's there. He's what's up, Stan? Oh yeah, what's up, Kev? He knows me. He knows me.
What you do? It's nothing slow about Kev, bro.
That's my guy. So I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you saying that, but I mean just like if you around and you doing something like Kev noticed,
yeah,
you be around and you be at the stool. You know what I mean?
See my girl Snapper.
Yeah, shout out to Snap, man.
What's the guy with the puppet? What's his name again?
You talking about Trizzy the Mouth?
Yeah.
Shout out Trizzy, man. He was hosting last night. Red Snapper was hosting last night.
Cause I didn't catch his stick. Cause by the time we got there, he was already right on the mic by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, man, I had to look at my drink like this. I'm like, cause I see him walking and I see
the puppet
on his shoulder,
right?
and I'm like, I know I ain't that there. I'm not
this
drunk.
nigga carried a toddler.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not drunk. And
He's a nap
and I had to remember who he was because, like I said, I'm still getting to learn certain people.
Yeah,
but
Trizzy, and Trizzy is somebody that's been around for a long time, like really entrenched in
that was
the
funny.
entertainment side of the city.
That was
He
funny,
hosts
man.
a lot of shit. But no, it was and it's crazy because when I got there, you know how, like, for me when I walk in these spots, I have to literally walk around the whole room to make sure I speak to everybody. I try to, because after that I get in my bag and I get settled.
Mhm.
So I try to make sure I shake it because I don't want to be the guy that mistakenly was standoffish or, you know what I mean, didn't speak or whatever. So I try to do that. So I did that, and by the time I made a full lap, the Glockerware ladies had a table with the bottle and they little section and all of that. So I'm like, all right, cool. They gave me a little bit of Henny. I'm groovy. All right, they try to pour me the Henny. I see Snapper. Snapper like, Sammie, come on. She had to do a little interview on a red carpet joint with her. And then that was fun. So once I did that, then I was chilling. Like, you know what I mean? It was like perfect a little
You
bit.
loosened up.
Yeah, I mean, the work was like the main part of the work was done. Like, I've done the interview part so that Free could get his footage. I mean, Ness could get his footage, and Snapper could get her footage because she was hosting that situation. And I spoke to everybody that was there at that point because motherfuckers kept pouring in,
Rolling in
obviously.
afterwards.
But so I'm like, all right, now I could figure out when I want to smoke and go, you know what I mean, and take some footage because I had the cam with me, so I wanted to try some cam footage.
Shout out to the security.
I started chilling after that. What about the security?
Shout out
man?
to the security, man.
Why you like security so much, Stan?
They did
What's up
they
with you?
did their job.
No, they did a great job. They did a great job. And we joked about it earlier when I was saying it was like a carousel. Like, they kept patting down the same motherfuckers because everybody kept going to smoke. But I appreciated it because we know how it is right now, and I was young.
Because you know how they could have been like,
Yep.
they could have did, man, go ahead.
And this is the twist too. It ain't even about searching me. I watch to see if y'all searching everybody.
Yeah.
Because I've got plenty of places that I can go and I could get searched with the world on me and they still gonna let me in. I can go to places and I can tell security to bring my shit in. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always wary of if y'all are equal opportunity searchers. I need y'all to search everybody. I don't need y'all to be the ones that's just like,
They know the who's who.
and I almost seen it last night. At one point, son of the 215 came through. Shout out to him. He was getting harassed, and the other security boy was like, "Damn, why you ain't tell me?" But that's different. That's different.
Oh man.
And when I say harassed, it was like they was just taking too long, and he's supposed to slide through.
Well,
type shit.
you know, if
He
you
had to get searched, but I mean, he's supposed to like not have to wait for all of that.
pay attention to the bouncers, there's a different type of pat downs. I've seen it before.
I've seen it, and men don't like grabbing other men's privates.
You gotta catch it.
So you could always, you know what I mean, Ski. And I used to get away with murder with my
use
day.
use a little light with the.
No, I be on that shit, bro. If I gotta stand in line and you know you standing there at the door, I be watching. Like, they ain't even searching.
Dudes with females have the best luck.
Yeah, but the twist is now
Females
is walking around with like this much cloth on and a little tiny purse. So we can't even like, they ain't got no space for nothing, man. Can't hide nothing no more, man. That business. Anyway, I'm not promoting hiding shit anymore. Anyway, I'm out of that life. But you know what I mean. Like I said, shout out to security. Man.
Yeah, shout out to security. Like everybody had fun though.
Yeah, and I think that it was funny because it used to be a church, the venue, right? And motherfuckers is outside smoking. Motherfuckers talking their shit. And somebody said, y'all better cut it out. You know this is a church. And I'm like, it's not a church. They're like, it is. It's a church. It's a cross right there. I'm like, it's crosses everywhere. This is not a church. They said, why is not a church? I said, it's a full bar in the front room.
Yeah, it
So
was.
the boy said, no, it used to be a church. I said, no, I dig it. And if you understand anything about church, we always in God's house. But
still holy ground, huh?
this is a nightclub that looked like we could have held a Nino Brown party in it.
Almost
tonight.
like a Catholic nightclub.
Then that shit, like, bro, with all that white and then with the cathedral top to it, it looked like some fly shit.
I put the address in before I got there, and I'm like, no, wait a minute.
How you get chauffeur GPS? You was a picky nigga.
Who got chauffeur?
You said you own Shab?
Way before.
Oh, beforehand when you was trying to dig.
I scooped it out way before that. Yeah.
Oh, you smart. You smart.
Yeah,
you
even
smart.
if
You
I'm
smart.
like,
You smart.
Let me see where.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. So
Not
when I
mad
looked
at
at it, I'm like, no. So I Googled street all the way around. You know, you do the 3-6. I was like, well, that can't be there because that's a gas station right there. Turn back around to it. I'm like, not there. It's like a church. So when I'm looking at it on the street, she's like, no, I can't be there. Then when I got there last night, I'm like, they did it. He's looking up like, these mother.
It's really there.
They really did it.
I ain't gonna cap. I was in my mode because I had just left the high school joint event. Shout out to Brahim the Dream. Shout out to City of Dreams Coalition. Son of the 215. Everybody that was a part of that situation. I left there and I'm shooting there and I'm 5 minutes from one spot to the other. So I'm following and I'm like, oh, all right, because you know that neighborhood. That's a largely Muslim neighborhood. It's a lot of masjids and Muslim businesses on that block. The next block down, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, it's right by here. I'm like, I can't imagine what's right here. I never looked as in depth as you to see like what it looked like. So I'm riding and it's like, make a left and then make a right and it said make a left and make a left, like make a U-turn basically. And your thing will be on the right. And I start pulling down and I'm like, look like a gangster party at the church. I'm parking right here. Like I didn't even think about it. I'm like, this gotta be it. Because there's nothing else right here that's supposed to look like this.
And it's nothing that has
like I know this neighborhood
that has that many people out front of it,
and everybody was there. And then I'm like, it can't be nobody inside. I went inside, and there was bodies in there. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
Smell it from a couple of blocks away. I was like, oh yeah, we getting close.
You funny? Well, you know, man. Like I say, respectfully, it looked like a gangster party out there. I'm like, bet. And I was happy because and I cracked on this. I told him he said something, and I said, hey, you got to wear your cow shorts. He's like, I just be liking to be different. But it was some real shit, bro. Them shorts was fly as shit. Mm-hmm. I ain't like...
With the cheesecake thing
going
on.
Oh, yeah. And I was happy that they was able... Because, you know, Nest Cheesecake sells out every fucking other week. Because they demand is high.
Yeah, the ready
I was
supply.
Glad they had something, man.
Yeah,
They had plenty of it there last night.
He knew. I mean...
Why wouldn't you? But sometimes it's not that easy. You know what I mean? Sometimes...
You rather overbid than underbid in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear what you're saying there. But just being able to make sure that that production is what it needs to be is a motherfucker sometimes, man.
Big and small, because I seen you had both portions.
Yeah, he had the minis and the full pies. And salute to that because I think that's a dope idea.
If I was a cheesecake guy, I'd buy the shit out of him, but I'm not. No.
I don't eat cheesecake, but I've tasted it and done a drop and all of that.
Yeah, I tasted it.
I'm not a cheesecake person. But
hats are fire. Like I gave me one of them hats.
Yo, the hats is actually crazy, right?
Like the hats.
I went in there last night and
I'm like, damn.
What's my man name? Shinobi had one on, I think.
Yeah, the red one on.
Yeah, the red joint on, and I'm like, oh, you kind of killed that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Shout out to Glockaware. Toucan made though. By the way,
I gotta get me one.
Had the Glockaware for any of your promo.
Should have known I was Glockaware Printing Company. I need to get you one.
I was in there the day that they was making them, and I'm just watching these Jones get
custom made.
They made your logo.
Like
made your own.
They made it. The Toucan did my has done every one of my Black Stand merch shirts.
Yeah,
and every design and my jacket and my embroidered and we got something cooking coming up next because
you cooking with the Toucan.
That's who I'm dealing with. You gotta deal with you deal with. I mean, who else?
No, I like it, man. And like I told you early on, when you started coming around, everybody in that building is somebody worth networking with and figuring out, right?
Right.
And that's one thing that I'm always confident in telling people. Like, I don't care what level you on, what your business is. Even if you don't need anything from Glockaware, the people in that building are people to build with, because they're people that's doing things and that's moving and that have networks that go beyond music and entertainment.
It's almost like a Cheers atmosphere, because when I walked in there, you walk into the control room, you see Stan, you see Toucan, Chef, man, Chef in there. Shout out to man Chef. Yeah. Chef was in there, so it's just like
you just said some shit that was profound. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm Sam Malone. My bar, the bar that I used to be in all the time, the nickname was Cheers because it was like that environment. Like everybody knew each other, right? But that wasn't even why my name became Sam Malone. That was just a coincidence. But I was literally like Sam Malone in that bar. I ran the bar to a certain extent. Now, you're saying that Glockaware is like Cheers. So maybe that's why I'm so comfortable there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that maybe the bar and the radio station had more in common than I thought about. I never thought about it that way.
Everybody knows your name.
That everybody knowing your name shit overrated.
And they always
Stan,
glad
be
you
careful,
came.
Stan. Be careful, Stan. When they all know your name, they can all call on it. You know that, right?
Still got to answer.
What's your answer going to be?
The number you have dialed.
Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I give them the old school message.
That used to be the annoying shit. Because it used to come in right when you expect the ring to drop. It'd be like, doo-doo-doo. You'd be like, oh, shit. I was going up. It went down. Fuck.
Usually happens when you don't pay your phone bill either. I mean, your phone bill too.
I mean, or when you call somebody who didn't.
Your call cannot be completed.
And it's died.
Well,
The person you were calling.
How should I dial the motherfucker? Answer me.
I used to hate when what was the company that used to front like this person is not accepting phone calls right
Message
now.
G.
Like, if you don't get the fuck out of this person, phone is off. They not accepting calls. They ain't getting calls.
Yo, that man got paid. Message G13 W. That guy that came on the old voicemails. Message G was like she get paid, but he got paid.
Did you ever see Talk to Me?
No, I heard about it. That was the radio movie, right? With I forgot his name. No, but you know what my favorite movie is.
You gotta watch Talk to Me.
I gotta watch Talk to Me, but you know what my favorite media movie is, or you know what my favorite radio host is? Howard Stern.
I used to fuck with Howard.
Private Parts.
I watched Private Parts when I got suspended one time. I ate like 2 large pizzas by myself and watched that 4-hour movie.
But his story,
It's
general,
a great story.
Yeah,
It's a great
it's
story.
of coming up and stuff like that. And he's still doing it. So
And when it used to be late night on E, I used to watch Howard
that
Stern.
was the one. That's the one that got me. Like I always wanted me
tripping.
I want me a Robin Quivers. That's my goal. Like when I get to that level and I'm up there, I gotta get.
But you know what's crazy?
I need me a Robin Quivers in the booth.
In a lot of ways, Robin is great. In a lot of ways, Robin is great. But in certain ways, Robin is why I picked Sophia. Because I needed my co-host, my female lead, to be a little stronger than her.
You don't think Robin was strong?
Robin is very intelligent, but Robin just does a lot of let Howard do Howard. She doesn't assert herself ever. She just goes with the flow all the time.
Just smile.
And sometimes that's dangerous. Because in media, like, you know, there's certain terminologies, there's certain topics, there's certain ways you can address things that can backfire, right? So you kind of need the woman in the room to sometimes be the one to be like, you sure?
But that's what I'm saying. She was a black
Just
woman.
sometimes.
She wasn't Monique black
No,
woman.
but that's the problem. Like, he found somebody that fit him. There's nothing wrong with that. Her personality fit his personality. I'm sure if he had a more assertive black woman, it probably wouldn't have worked out.
It wouldn't have worked out, no.
But what I'm saying is, like, from what I saw about their dynamic was, even as, like, I don't even look at it like him as a white man. Like, me as a man, which is always considered dominant, I never wanted my female co-host to not be as powerful. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if I'm one mic and you two mic, you still got the, at some point, you get to be number one sometime.
And I've seen,
you know what I mean?
And
like,
I've seen times where he's asked her and she's like, I don't know.
Whatever you say, Howard.
We're playing the 50s, so yeah, he's like,
you know what I mean? And it's like, that was the thing that used to burn me up.
He always hold his mic like this, like, oh, what are you, crazy?
Robin is smart as shit. Because when they ask her for, like, real things, like, you know, about information, Robin knows all that shit. She's well-read. She's educated.
That's why he always say, so what do you think, Robin?
Yeah.
You know, it's the most politically correct answer. And he's like, oh, psh.
And she does the laugh. All you always hear is the laugh.
Then
she
he does
ends everything with the
he goes into his punchline.
laugh.
And then he can continue. As long as you get a little bit of politically correctness, foolishness.
And it's fine because it's their balance. It's like First Take versus what's in it. You know what I mean? Like, all the balance is what it is. Like,
so what's your? That's what I'm saying. So
if you shuffle the deck, would either of those co-hosts on the other show work together as well? Probably not.
Nah, chemistry. It has to have chemistry. Like that's why I said, like with me, like the one-on-one thing, I think that works for me right now because that's the perfect chemistry. That way we don't have that. Not saying I don't need a third party right now, but just that one-on-one because I'm just learning how to build chemistry. Like this is my baby. Like all these seasons that I'm doing right now probably won't amount to what I do like once I get it on something like a mainstream.
You ever thought about tying bait into your situation, not as a co-host, but as like another media personality?
In spurts right now. Like we've had talks. Like it has to be a thing.
See, I'm a genius. I be knowing.
It has to be a thing. We have always talked, but it has to be a thing about consistency. Like we have to. One thing about adding.
You gotta have a plan too, cause she's doing a lot too. She ain't sitting around waiting on some shit.
That's what I'm saying. So like it has to be the thing. Like, well, maybe we can do it now. We might meet later. We do it now. We might meet later.
I just think her personality and her reach is something that could be personified. And that's my opinion. I ain't been around her that much,
No,
but like I've met her and I've been following her for a little bit, and I see that like she kind of gets it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say she gets it because I haven't talked to her to say that, but like I see that like she has something that could be great.
I always call people like that. One other end of the rope. You know, how can we tie it in?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one end of the rope. And what do you think about it? Oh, yeah, that's one end of the rope.
Yeah, you don't want to force anything. You don't want to rush.
And
anything.
people ask me like, and they always give me that crazy like, what does that mean? And that's an old saying I got from one of my old uncles.
No, I like that.
Like, well, what do you think about something? When you when somebody asks you about somebody, it's one end of the rope. What does that mean? You'll see.
Yo, but you Baltimore niggas is kind of country.
Well, we are.
Like, y'all say a lot of country shit.
We are originally supposed to be. I think Maryland's originally Southern State. It just became.
Y'all got bumped up. Niggas was like, push them back.
If you redo your history, they started as a Southern State and became North. So we kind of like just made
Y'all
it.
was on the wrong side of the Confederacy.
We just made it, yeah. Because then once you get below us, and then to Virginia,
flag change.
Now it's down south. Now you're getting pulled over for everything. And so definitely country, and then doing that tobacco stuff. That's what Maryland was known for, harvesting the tobacco and stuff like that. I think some of the cigarette companies like Upper Marlboro cigarettes and stuff like that. So
speaking of, let's get off cigarettes because I hate cigarettes.
Me too.
I appreciate the history though. But can you give me any insight on what Under Armour has done for Baltimore as a company? Because I know they hired the initial thing was they were hiring felons, ex-convicts and stuff, which they still stick by.
Yeah,
and they've grown a lot in y'all city. They right there.
Well, I know I believe some of the high schools get their uniforms, and they sponsor some of the high schools in the fields down there.
Like y'all wear Under Armour like Nike out there a little bit.
That's almost how thing like the little dudes on the block. You'll see them. They have
Under Armour shit. Yeah,
that's what they rocking. It ain't even Adidas and Nikes like that no more. So it's just And then what's the comfortability? You know, because
they have a great product. They make a great product.
You got the hot weather stuff, but you can wear like a cool shirt.
And dry fit. They were the first one to perfect dry fit.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I don't know too much. I know they're building other buildings as far as that, but I know.
But what have you seen?
Well, I mean, like I said, as far as like facilitating the youth and stuff like that, but as far as like jobs and stuff like that, but I think financially. It's just like bringing money into the city. Like
you seen a swing? Look like a little bit of balance being created.
I see balance on. I see a swing on the business side as far as like finances, because I'm kind of into that too, as far as like stocks and stuff like that. So I mean, it gives people investment opportunities. It's just people have to take advantage of that.
You've been looking in Under Armour?
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm just
already tapped in. I'm
just waiting for their upstroke so you can add on more shares.
So you got something, but it ain't what you want.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that next big, because I believe the NFL had a deal with. Well, the Ravens did have a deal with Under Armour at one time, but I'm waiting for that next big,
because they might be the face of the league soon.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because with stocks, you have to wait for stuff like that, like reports to come out on them changing CEOs. That's the perfect time to buy in, because if you get in and if you get hold of a news report like that, and you go ahead and buy you some shares, now everybody behind you hear about that. That's a quick swing. Buy a couple of shares, get out. I like skimming. I
just seen
I did a lot of day trading.
I just seen Elon Musk is getting sued for like 85 billion for Dogecoin. They said he
that was a pump and dump.
Hyped it up. And,
it was a P&D.
But hold up though. I can use sue me for $285 billion. Like, what the fuck, yo? And I'm sure it's probably class action because it's people involved. But like $285 billion, like how much do I have to pay my lawyer to make sure I don't pay 280? Like your lawyer could be like, yo, I need $20 billion up front.
But see, if Elon was smart, he probably already had his lawyer under contract, right? And had him
Well,
on
no, they on retainers.
retainers,
It's
right?
50 of them on retainers.
So they already have a set. They're like, shit. That's like, imagine you
Puff
set.
got 12 of them on retainers.
Imagine you setting your number, and then something like that happen. You like, but wait, can we? Nah, nigga, you said you were gonna do it for this. You have to do it for this
No, that is crazy. Because then, but at that time,
contract.
but at a certain point, it's relative because, you know, they get theirs other ways. But that's crazy, dog.
Contract.
To be able to, like, put in the media that somebody is suing me for damn near $300 billion. Do you know what that does for anybody that was about to get in business with me?
Yeah, we pulling. We
I'm
pulling.
available for the low now.
We pulling off fast in the meal. We pulling off fast in the meal on a Saturday night. Woo! Sell.
Foolishness, yo.
They on.
Foolishness.
They doing.
Baltimore niggas.
They
man.
doing Dr. Evil numbers.
I got Baltimore.
286
let me ask
billion.
some Baltimore questions, man. Did you motherfucking see the latest series out of Baltimore about y'all police department?
A lot of people have. I haven't.
You
I-
need to watch that.
I don't need to watch shit.
You seen it in real time.
I seen it in real time.
They
I've lived
really had
it.
a gang out there.
I've lived it in real time. I known half of them. All right, so
The police department had a gang out there. They had niggas that niggas was rapping about that was regularly taking shit.
yeah, listen. And I'm about to tell you, it was a story. I'm gonna tell you a story. This
Freddie
was
Gray shit blew it up, but go ahead.
that was before that. This is way before. This is like
No,
2000.
it was way before him, but Freddie Gray investigation uncovered a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened? You know, just small stuff like we be chilling outside. You know what I mean? Just chilling. Everybody not even doing nothing. You might have the little hustles here and there, but he said
Everybody ain't into nothing. Some people just live here.
and we used to have a thing, and I called it, and most of us called it the snake. You know, it was a big shakedown. They could just come through. They would come through, turn the block. 3 vans, 2 PT cruisers, dogs, about 8 cars, everybody lined up, about 20 of us. Shoes off, sometimes socks, clicking together. It was a big.
You've had your shoes and socks off on a regular basis.
They used to come through. They used to either come through on a Tuesday or they would come.
Tuesday, Thursday, task force Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You could count on it. It was clock. It didn't matter. Like it was.
Because we had Tuesdays and Thursdays here too.
Anytime after probably 3 o'clock was kind of early, but maybe like 4:35. Anytime after that, and then around. Sometimes they might wait till 10:30. Yeah, but sometimes they might wait till late at night, 10:30. Come through late at night when they still, especially if the block's still jumping. Oh man, and that's what we call it.
And that's the quota. Because what happens is in the streets, I don't know if people know, the streets kind of operate like traffic, like life. You get a morning rush hour, you get an evening rush hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the night walkers, the motherfuckers that's out all night, the partiers, right? So the time that you're describing that they're coming through is actually ideal for them. You see what I'm saying?
For that time, because that's around the time when
I ain't even had time to drop off no bread yet. Like I ain't even had time to like shake nothing yet. I'm in the middle of bumping right now.
you're pretty much
So
just
you're gonna
getting
get
finished.
a lot of work or a lot of cash or both.
And the thing about it was, the sad part about it was a lot of times nobody got locked up.
So they just took shit.
What you gonna say?
Yeah, cause you fuck you going to tell the police, huh? I'm taking your money and drugs.
A lot of guns didn't get recovered. Didn't get turned in, but got taken. If I got you hemmed up if they had you hemmed up in a corner, they would let you make a phone call. It's one of your homeboys, yo, lead us on something in the alley. They go get it, and if they find it, they let me go. So dudes go drop
So they was running whole plays.
drop
with
a
people.
joint off. Yeah, you drop the joint off in the alley. All right, yo, tell them it's there. It's there. And he was like, yo, go.
How does this feel though? Like, and I don't mean to get like on no deep, but like, just like, cause like, all right, cool. I'll give you a comparison. In my neighborhood, you know, every neighborhood got this one cop that everybody knows is a track star. Like, if you run, I don't give a fuck how fast you is. He done caught 9 out of 10 niggas 3 times. And we used to like see him. He was a little motherfucker. We hated him. And we used to like, you would act different when he was around. Because you ain't really feel like boogieing. Like, you was going to run for a mile. So it's like, if you have a whole snake system, as you put it, how does that feel when you just trying to kick it and catch air and culture and talk to your folks? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we could have like the little, because you know we didn't
Because
have
we
like
drink, smoke, like we kick it. Like,
they had cookouts and stuff like that. They would come through and so they wouldn't hassle like it. if it looked peaceful. But a lot of times, if it was a lot of heads on the block, that's
But
when
they
they came
know
through.
who's who too,
Oh yeah.
so they take advantage.
Yeah, of course.
Cause you know who's who, and
The
everybody
one
knows
time,
who's
all right,
who.
like the story
I
I
got a
give.
homie that the cops pulled up and said, where the nigga that usually got the earrings on? And he was out there, but he ain't had the earrings on.
I'll give you one story about me. This one story about me. With me and my god brother, God rest his soul now, but we got locked up. Cops pulled us over, and this is when I was still smoking Black and Miles, puffing on a Black and Mild. He's trying to say that was his reasonable cause for pulling me
To
over.
think that you had weed. Right. I know they used to play that game. I remember that.
And so what happened was they're sitting up there. We're sitting on the edge. We're sitting on the curb again. That was their favorite thing, sitting on the curb with your legs crossed, shoes off, sometimes socks.
For a Black and Mild though,
hands on
like,
your head.
for a Black and Mild.
That was
Now
their
I'm
reason to
looking like
search the car.
Now I'm looking like a 3-year-old monkey.
Wasn't supposed to search. They already knew it was illegal search and seizure. But he had just had a good day out there. About 3,500. I know that
Yeah,
he
he had a
counted
couple
about
dollars in his pocket. Right.
So where you get this from? On the hood of my car, because I was driving. They counted out his money. Oh, I hit the lottery. Oh, we don't want to hear that BS. I said, why y'all pulls over anyway? He's like, oh, don't blame us.
Lottery is the worst excuse, by the way. But go ahead.
That was the old school. Yeah, hit
That's
the
the
lottery.
worst.
I don't know why they say that. Who hits
That's the worst.
scratch off?
You more live. You're more it's more foreseeable or perceivable that you fucking caught a case. You caught a slip and fall. Like that's more likely than you hitting the lotto.
Settlement money. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
settlement.
So like anything in between that makes more sense than the lotto. Is what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying, like, all right, so we had to go do the little overnight joint. Spend a little
And he went home broke.
Well, out of that 36, something like that, he only got about $12.50 back once he got his property back. So they had to give him something. I don't know if they had to. They probably had to
At
give
this
him.
point, you my op though. Like, and that's what I don't that's what I don't think people understand about the community and the police. Like, as much as you want to be able to trust the police, or as much as they say, well, when it's about your mom, you call us, or when it's somebody breaking your house, you call. Like, no, we get that. But when you take 70%,
When you
my
steal
plug don't get 70%.
Listen, when you steal more overtime than your regular salary, I looked at some of them and I'm like, God damn.
Bro, it's impossible.
They're almost 6 figures in overtime.
And mind you, it's obvious if anybody's doing checks and balances regularly. They do it when it's crisis. But what happens is, I remember reading a story. Dude worked upstate road, CO, Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He cleared a couple $100,000 in 1 year because he basically just slept at the jail. Like, this motherfucker just wouldn't go home. Like, he didn't like
Clock out.
not like, and mind you, where he come from, his quality of life, like, nigga, this ain't shit. I'm good. I'm in charge here, so I'll just sleep on another wing or whatever, wherever they situated for him. And he went back on shift, and went back, and he did that shit and ran it up, bro. He didn't get as many overtime hours as them motherfuckers.
Nah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like, some shit just don't make no sense,
They
bro.
was cooking the books.
I've had a job myself where the therapist that worked on campus was like, do you live here? Because no matter what time they came, I was on the clock.
You was on the
But
clock.
I was going to fuck home. I had a little bit of lifetime, like it's time to
It's
spend
just that
on
when they
living.
send you, they say it.
Because I'm at least 11 hours every time you see me.
Oh, well, that's you putting in time.
I'm at least
OT.
11 hours because I probably came in 3 or 4 hours early because they asked me to come in 8 hours early and I refused.
The 8 + 3.
And then you know what I mean.
Wow.
Then I work a double, and then I'll swap out for a day because I know I got a show.
And
So,
you
like,
still performing.
No, I never had to request off work to go do anything related to entertainment because they used to ask me to work so much overtime that by the time it was a day that I needed a favor, I already had negotiated it
built
for
up
one of
credit.
the favors.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
never signed a calendar for a requested day off.
that's what I'm saying. I was like, them dudes wasn't busting their ass. They was going home, going to sleep, and still on the clock.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I understand the dynamic of what it takes to like run a clock up. Like, bro, it's impossible, especially when you talk about the stress level of your job. Like, in my field, and I'm not going to get into what it was, but on some real shit, if you meet somebody in 2022 and in that field and you see them still in the same field, not even position. It could be upgraded in position, but like the same direct field. 10 years later, you need to recommend that they take a change of career course or a break. It's literally one of those fields where it's like, no, the crash is at 5.
Yeah, because
for the average person. Once you get 10 years in of just doing this, it takes such a toll on you that it's hard to like, you know, how, like you can regenerate your kidney if you stop now. But if you just keep doing this, there's no turning back.
Yeah, and
it's a lot of professions like that.
A lot of wear and tear. A lot of wear and tear. And guys, I said, man, yeah, it's a stressful job, but I guess it's not stressful when you can spend and
a physical job might not even be as stressful as a certain kind of job. You see what I'm saying? You could work in construction for 30 years and be like, man, my back hurt. But when your brain zap out, it's a different thing. You can't get out of bed.
You can't talk about anything. You can't do nothing.
It's nothing to do. You're gonna keep going in again and sit home. More so than you would for a physical ailment. See what I'm saying? Because what are you doing? You in a way. Are you okay? If I ask you, are you okay 3 days in a row, guess what?
You might need to sit down somewhere. We might need to recommend.
As a supervisor, what I'm supposed to do?
Recommend. No, use the R word. You know, I mean, that's when you get in your supervisory role. I've been a supervisor before, so, you know, I've been told, you gotta recommend that. What do we do? Well, why don't you talk to the guy first? Hey, listen, guy, you gotta step your game up, man. May I recommend that you do this?
Pep talk phase, right?
And pep talk phase, because the next time I come to you, like, you can't make no threats,
but we can't keep doing this.
They're on my ass, so I gotta be on your ass, and I don't want to have to.
No, but it's just
I don't have to do what I have to do.
Remember when you was in school and you had substitutes, and the cool subs will always tell you like, man, as long as y'all don't get me in trouble, y'all can do what y'all want. Do the work that I gave y'all. They gave y'all, remember they used to give worksheets or some dumb shit, like some Xerox copies or something. It's like, yo, just do that, and then y'all could fucking play checkers or talk shit and talk in groups, but don't get me in trouble.
Can I tell you something? In elementary school, not middle school, elementary school, I was actually a peer mediator.
I hated y'all.
Peer mediator. They would call. I was actually an elementary school lawyer. I could be in class.
That's what it is. Until I got a cool peer mediator, I hated y'all.
And they would call me, still, you need to tell off. I was like, oh, I'm on.
And you was all
grab my kid, grab my little paper, grab my
worksheet.
You know the little worksheet.
You was that guy.
It was like hi, how are we doing here?
Let me find out you need to be working for Font Productions. This nigga was the peer mediator guy.
I like, and even up to this day now, if somebody get into it, like, I don't know it as much now because I be like letting niggas do their own thing now. But like, if both my bros, like, come on, no, yo, like, I'm the one that's like, yo, y'all need to work this out. Nowadays, I be like, no, y'all need to go ahead and just fight.
I got in some shit when I was in high school that nowadays would have went viral, right?
Shouts to peer mediators all over the world.
I went crazy. And I did it outside of the school, but it got back to the school. And the boy went home looking crazy, so he told his mom he got jumped, which wasn't true. But once in my school, I went to a magnet school. When you say you got jumped, that's like expulsion, possible arrest. Like, it's a different level of like, you didn't just fight. Like, somebody.
You really needed a lawyer.
Like, nigga. So I go in there and I'm on some shit like, oh, they found out we fought. And the counselor is like, what's he called? The disciplinarian boy. He's like, yo, his mom called and said that a bunch of you guys jumped him yesterday. And I'm like, tell him right now that anybody touched you besides me, please.
What are you? I was like,
tell him now. No. Tell him now in front of him right now. Tell him somebody else besides me touched you. Tell him in front of me, please.
Did he do it?
That nigga froze up, and then it was no. Stop. Calm down.
That was a good move.
So no, because bro, I was about to get expelled. I was going to explain this shit to my dad. Like, we not playing that. Like,
no, I'm just saying, because if they said that, I mean, the way I'm thinking, because he's like, all right, so they said that y'all jumped him. No, hell no. They ain't jump him. I'm the only one that whipped his ass. Shit.
No. No. Tell him somebody else touched you, because I'm already in for the fight. Like they knew I was fighting. So it's like whatever. But I did not. And the thing that made me so mad, it wasn't even so much. It was the expulsion part, because it was a 0 tolerance, but it had a little wiggle room. Like if it wasn't OD, you could probably still stay in the school, right?
Oh.
But I spent the whole 30 minutes before the fight telling everybody not to touch him. Even when we was fighting, I was telling people not to touch him, because he was taller than me, but I'm in 10th, he's in the 9th. So he's bigger than me, but it kind of looks like, since I got status, that I'm picking on him if we jump him. But if me and him fight, it's a fair fucking fight. He's 6'3", 6'2". You know what I mean?
They jumped on him anyway.
And he said, no, nobody touched him. Nobody touched him, bro. Only thing that got touched was his hat was on the ground, and one of my homies picked his hat up and told him to grab it. And when he went to grab, the nigga threw the shit on the ground. It's the only thing anybody else did, bro, besides broke it up. It happened on Temple campus. But I'm saying this to say, like, that was one of them times where it was just like, all right, so you just going to sit in front of me and say this, and this could be that. We not doing that, or we just going to make it worth it. We going to make it worth it. Like, I'm going to beat you up in front of the disciplinary. Like, no students are going to see this fight. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going home anyway.
You didn't.
Huh?
You didn't.
No, he ain't bite. They sent. What happened was, and I forget how we got into this, but what happened was they wound up saying, I had an in-school suspension and 3 days out of school suspension. He had 2 days out of school suspension or some shit. But what wound up happening is they let him go home, and I had to stay in school that day. And then I'm like, so how the fuck do he get to go home and I gotta stay here? They like, because you seem to be the aggressor, and we're not going to let y'all both leave at the same time.
And that guy turned out to be a police officer.
He turned out to be a deacon or a preacher.
Wow.
Actually, one of the coolest guys ever. But he was 14, bro. He's 9th grade. So he was like extra at one point. Like, he thought he was LeBron before LeBron was born.
That was just,
you know what I mean?
That was
like,
just puberty. He was
doing too much.
That teenage aggression.
It was too much. And
Testosterone.
When I called him on it, he barked back thinking that I was going to chill. And I know how to chill.
That's that testosterone, yeah.
So what I did was I jumped, and my man said, yo, 0 tolerance, 0 tolerance, 0 tolerance. It's 8th period, bro. It's 8th period. It's 8th period. You good. That means all you got to do is wait 15 minutes and fuck him up. So when I say that I took 30 minutes of begging people not to touch him, dig it. We still got class left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go from class to my locker. Go from my locker to his locker. Post up on the wall behind his locker. He's slowing down, looking over his shoulder, packing his bag, all that shit. Walk out behind him and his crew. Walk behind them through North Philly till we get away from the school, until we get on Broad Street, which is in front of McGonigal Hall on Temple campus. Soon as he turned the corner in front of McGonigal, I fucked him up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never felt anticipation or what's the other word I'm looking for? Dig this though.
Imagine being 15 and you with your homies and everybody on go because they pissed. You mad? They pissed.
That's what I'm ready to say.
And you take this long walk and they like, yo, hit him now. You want me to do it? Yo, I got him. Yo, this is getting on my nerves. Yo, what the fuck is he keep stopping for? Yo, what is we like? This is what I'm dealing with the whole walk, bro.
That is a whole different feel when you, especially when you're one of the people that's involved in the fight. It's one thing to know that a fight's going to be like, oh shit, you crazy.
But like, let me put my work in. Y'all don't get to do this. Like, I was begging people not to hit him. They was trying to punch him in the back of his head the whole walk.
I used to shadow box.
So I'm like, all right, cool. And like I said, not going to say his name because he's cool, brother. We love each other to this day. Like, on some, by the time we was in college, we were better men type of shit. But these things get out of control. And nowadays, these kids can't even handle that shit. That would have been somebody running into an ambush nowadays. But like, I always just wanted to get my shit off, bro.
They don't know how to run the fade anymore.
I just want, yeah, like, and that was the thing. It was no guarantee I was gonna win this fight. This little motherfucker was actually, like, considerably, like, I'm saying 2 inches in height, but like muscular wise, he was bigger than me. And I'm just like,
just want to tumble.
I couldn't take that last statement he made in math class. Like, it was too much. It was too far. It's like, we don't even, like, you know,
something gotta give.
Like, bro, the most you know about me is my name, so we don't get the joke like that. You see what I'm saying?
You joke too much.
Yeah, like it was overboard, and then you stood on it. You ain't my bad or nothing. Like, and I'm over here gambling. I got $200 in the pot, and my name is in some shit over there that you're not even supposed to be talking. Like, it was some crazy shit, bro. But like I said, it was young boy shit. He was a young boy. I was in the 10th, mind you. I'm in his math class because I failed math last year gambling. I'm still gambling in class. I was an asshole.
I was going to say, I would have ignored him. I was like, you a ninth grader?
No, I was in 10th. It's no difference. And not to mention, like, we go to lunch and gym together. Like, this the same young boy that keep telling everybody, yo, I'm going to take your spot. Yo, I give you 30. Yo, you ain't shit. Yo, you a bum. He talking basketball shit all the time, too. Oh. And then we went beyond basketball. It's like, well, bro, all you know about me is my name and that I play basketball. Why are you saying anything about my mother?
Yeah, now he's crossing the line. Now you crossing the line.
Mind you, and I keep it
we
G.
can do basketball.
And I don't know why
we're
talking about this so long. My audience is learning too much. But the situation was, a bitch said, ew, get away from me. You smell like fish. And then all of a sudden, my mom came out his mouth.
Oh, he wanted to fade.
Like, that don't even make no sense. And then you act shocked when I run up on you. But like I said, my man was holding me. And we waited. And I did what I did. But he almost got me kicked out of school for that shit.
Once by accident, twice is on purpose, 3 times. Oh, yeah, you really want to catch the fade.
At that point, it was only once. Like, I give you a warning if you was my folks. If you was my folks, and, you know, we young niggas crack mom jokes. Bro, I don't play that shit.
Say my name.
But you know what happens usually, right? You either get a nigga, all right, my bad. Or you get, nigga, I don't give a... So you just telling you that was enough for me because I know that we get to pick a team after this.
I'm picking.
You either gonna respect the fact that I said don't do that, or you're gonna buck and try to upstand me, which gives me every right to do what I'm about to do.
I'm gonna pick a team. My team.
I'm team mom every day. You know the speech my dad gave me about my mom. Ain't no turning back after that.
I'm knocking him out. He's gone.
You hear one fucking. My dad went on a school trip with us one time, and we on the back of the bus. Mom joke after mom joke. You know what I mean? We running it up, and we got back. He gave me the speech, bro. And after that, I said, you know what? I used to play the mom jokes, so I'm gonna at least give niggas a warning.
And see, my mom is military, so
your mom would shoot the shit out of him from 80 feet away.
No, if I don't do something about it and it comes back to her, then I have to deal with her.
Oh, so she bought that shit. She ain't playing.
Like, my punishments were not like most punishments where though dudes would get their stuff taken away from them. I might get a spanking or whatever. Not it.
It might make you work out.
I did military exercise. I did squats. I might have to squat with my hands out like this.
My man dad used to make him do push-ups till he wanted to fucking
3 hours. Die. Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead and play the game now. You don't want to play.
Going to bed.
You can go outside.
My hands don't move.
My legs are sore.
Yeah, like, what I'm supposed to do?
That was a lesson. Like, oh, damn that. So now, and then when I got older, so people like, you know, I used to run track a little bit. I had to cross train.
You look basketball. Like a track nigga.
Yeah. So when people be like, yo, you walk from here to here, I'm like, dog, you don't understand like how strong my legs are. You don't understand, like, when I got in trouble.
Your mom built you for fucking boot camp.
She built me with the book bag. You see me, right? And then I got the book bag. You see how I walk around, and the book bag can be heavy as shit. I'm used to carrying around 60 and 70 pounds and stuff like that. It's like, damn, yo, why you?
I used to hate carrying all my books.
Like, that was punishment, nigga. Like, you know, I don't understand. Like,
no, but I know people like I said, my man Pop used to make him do push-ups, and I got another homie who their dad was like,
but I thank her for it now.
He would take them to practice. They would do practice, and then they would go home, and they would have 2 hours of working out at home. And if they did bad in practice or had caught an attitude or some fly shit with the coaches, that was like an all-night workout session. But they were beasts, bro, because they was bad as shit. So they was always get an extra hour.
And between that punishment and then basketball practice, you know, running laps and stuff like that.
You point guard?
At that time, too. I really didn't have the handles, but I was small, too.
You talking about running laps. You ain't even talking about suicide 17s, none of that.
I'm just talking about like as far as like, you know, the when you get in there.
Conditioning, the cardio.
Cardio and stuff like that. So like I've never been like a big guy, but as far as like cardio, stamina and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with walking long limbs. I can do a 5K walk.
You like a New York nigga.
I've done one before. I've done a 5K walk before.
Why?
It was for autism.
You was sober?
At that time, yeah. If I was a little tipsy, I wouldn't have made it. If I was high, yeah, I'd made it. Just charge up my iPod or my iPhone. Yeah, and do 5K.
I would think like you had to smoke at some point. I wouldn't think drinking would help, but I would think like
Hey, what is that? What,
halfway hit that.
is that Gatorade in that cup? You know, you stop at the table. Is that Gatorade in that cup?
Right. Asshole.
Yeah.
Asshole.
But no, like, cause I that would keep me going, and it's like, shoot, listen to an album, whatever your favorite album is, a 5K walk, 2 of your favorite albums maybe get you through that walk. If you listen to them from top to bottom, maybe 3, 5 hours.
Like regular album, not these new ones. That's
No, not new ones are too short. No, like something that just all the way through.
That's not bad.
And you vibing. Like if you're in prime condition, your feet are not gonna hurt, your legs are not gonna hurt because your muscle memory, you're used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're used to walking, like you're like, damn, like you do your second song, shit, you might be finished your walk.
Yeah, because when I did the A's walk, we cheated. I cut across the bridge. I ain't gonna lie.
Cheaters.
I
But that's
young,
only
though.
that was back then. I don't do those long walks no more.
Bro,
But
I was young as hell when I did that. I might have been like 15 then, and I was with like my places.
well, you familiar with Baltimore, like Lake Montebello. Lake Montebello,
Bro.
5K is like what, 20 rounds, maybe around Lake Montebello, maybe
Somebody
25
Somebody
rounds.
wanted me in the organization, and they tried to make us run Lake Montebello one night, and I had drunk like 2 big ass bottles of Mad Dog and a couple beers, and I was looking at them niggas like they was crazy.
I remember before they used to do like them. They used to do them walks, right? But they used to do them runs around Montebello where they would start. and people
Montebello
just-
is long, bro.
and they would do them laps, like them
that
walks.
shit long, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they would do them walks, and people had the numbers on their back. I said I like that better because they don't take up all the damn street, but they would just walk around that all the time. Just keep walking around. Just keep walking around. Every lap was like I forgot, like a mile anyway. So
Niggas said, I think they said 3 laps. And I'm jogging with
3 laps,
niggas,
like a mile, yeah.
and I'm looking at niggas, and I'm drunk as shit. Like, I'm literally trying not to throw up. And I'm like, whenever we get to where I see something familiar, it's over for me. I don't give a fuck what y'all doing.
You gonna stop?
I'm out, bro. I'm about to go drink some more. Like, bro, I wasn't playing that shit. I ain't one of them.
Oh, you support? I'm here. I supported the cause.
Yeah, but see, that was the thing. It was like anything with my brothers. One time, my man had a girl for his birthday. Her grandfather had like he had his own like airplane company or some shit. So she rented like little airplanes for us to go up in on his birthday.
Oh, man.
Like, some cool shit. So we show up, cooler full of bottles. We don't know no better. These motherfuckers like, you know, you can only take like 1 bottle on a plane. Like it's fucking 4-seater.
You be like,
But it's one of them joints where you get there and you like your man girl calls, so you pulling up, and then you see these little ass planes.
little Cessnas.
And then there's niggas that's like, I'm not doing it.
Little Cessnas.
But then you come to the thing where it's
Little
like,
twisted
yo,
propeller things.
if we all here and it's 6 of us and 5 go up and something happen, would you want to be the nigga still on the ground?
Yeah, survivor's remorse.
So I ride with my folks. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how I ride. It's like I wouldn't even want to have to deal with being the lone survivor. Like, if this is what we doing, this is what we doing. And at some point, it becomes bullshit, and I'm not doing it no more.
And Sam and the rest of the guys and
Real shit.
what about you?
I wasn't trying to go up there. I was like, man, that plane too little. I knew that shit was going to happen.
Little Cessna.
Like, that's what you going to say? I knew that was going to happen.
Single engine? No. I'm not going up in
Bro,
no
and
single
we
engine.
flew from, like, the Northeast to, like, New York and back.
I'm not doing no single
And
engine.
that shit ain't take no time. But that shit, you feel everything. You feel the wind on them little motherfuckers.
Single
bro.
engine planes, yeah.
You feel everything. And
homeboy,
I've never been on one that long because, you know, usually when you go to an island or you go to certain places, you'll switch into one of them and they'll take you further in. Like, that was probably the longest I've been on a joint. For, like, a round trip. Like, you flying out there and then coming all the way back and then doing, like,
I'd rather get
photo
on
op shit.
rather get on a helicopter.
I done the helicopter for the All the Way Up Spanish remix video
Yeah,
with
right.
Candelo and them. That
Right.
was my first time in a helicopter, and then I had to be cool because I have a fucking camera on me for a video shoot. My first time in a fucking helicopter.
Yeah, I'd rather go on a chopper.
It wasn't that bad though.
I'd rather get to the chopper.
You know what's different though? Because I know the difference. Helicopters are they top heavy, so you feel like it's nothing under you because they move from the top. The motor and everything, the propellers are up top. All the action happens up top, so you feel super lighter than you do on them little planes. On them little planes, everything is this way, so you feel like you're a part of it. It feels like it's right on you. That's the difference to me.
I want a chopper. I get my money. I'm getting the chopper.
All right, I know a pilot.
I'm into the chopper.
I got a pilot for you. You gonna learn how to fly one?
I'm only gonna use my chopper to get from here to back to Baltimore and up and down the East Coast. That's it.
Oh, Kravis, y'all about to do big business. This nigga about to get a chopper to get back and forth to you.
We went to the chopper. We had helipad on the top of Glockaware.
Helipad on Glockaware. Crazy thing is, Glockaware moves. Been at this location for a while. The next one might be equipped fucking with 2K. You never know.
We're gonna call it the BS1. Quick, everyone!
Black Stan 1. What the fuck is he, Robin?
Robin.
Yeah, from Batman.
Why can't I be Batman?
Because I was hating. I'm a hater.
Robin.
No, but Stan, let the people know how to keep up with you, man, and tap in with you and where they can find the vlogs and the videos and the questions and the action. Where that's at, man?
Okay. Right now, Black Stan Entertainment, Black Stan _ Entertainment on Instagram, Facebook,
Gotta teach them how to spell his
TikTok, and Twitter. And you can find me on Culture District HQ.
name. Hold up. What?
Twitter.
Wow.
Twitter.
Solid. Go ahead.
You can find me on Twitter.
Twitter. All right,
Yes.
go ahead, man.
But yeah, and culturedistricthq.com is where my write-ups are. Also on wordpress.com. And Several Questions with Stan is on YouTube underneath Black Stan Entertainment. So definitely tap in on there and check out the latest episode and all the episodes. They're all on there.
Nah, man, tap in with my guy Stan. Y'all see that he's a hell of a fucking person. You see he got a personality. Y'all see he's serious about everything he fucking talk about. So tap in with him, man. One of mine, so he should be one of yours, man. But this is Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet.
Oh,
That part.
I need another shot.
Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Bad bitch, but I'm spoiled. Bad bitch, but I'm loyal. All my bitches is bad asses. All you bitches be boring. Your nigga be all on my top. Your niggas be all in my face. If he ain't cutting them checks, the nigga get out of my face. See, I don't play with you weak bitches. All you bitches got broke habits. Y'all pussy get broke niggas. My pussy get bad habits. Taking flights on a daily basis. Money calls and I get the chasing. Ass fat with them titties right. Just to show you hoes I ain't basic. Pussy wet on the regular. Drip, 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 drip. Dripping money like a Spanish hoe. Sip, 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 sip. Bag of bitches on the regular. Want the sauce in the regular. Checks hitting like escrow. Had the facts like dominoes. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss.
You can tell me what you wanna hear. The bottles, the bitches, the money, the cars, huh? I ain't got it yet. Listen, these lyrics, this how I'm finna flex. I'ma cut the checks, hold up, wait. I'm just warming up, thinking about my kids. Thinking figures, I can get 6. I'ma get slick like Rick. Wait for the days we get rich. I'ma get a yacht, painted red. Get the crown, wear gold on my head. I'ma cherish every single word I said. Look, you nigga, yeah, I said what I said. I could be the greatest to ever do it. I promise I prove it. Don't ever expect to see we never lose it. Drip too exclusive.
Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah.